Hello there and welcome to another video from Change Tips and Tools, and it's me, Phil, the Brummie that hails from Birmingham, England, and I'm here with another challenge that you may face on a daily basis, especially if you are working in your own business or you are working in a smaller business where you've probably got less than 300 people in there. And what I'm referring to is when you're trying to use Power Query with SharePoint Lists, and when you watch all these guides on YouTube where they're telling you how to connect to a SharePoint list, there's a problem and you don't have the option of online services. And let me show you what I mean. So if I have a SharePoint list here, and I want to connect to this SharePoint list using Power Query, is obviously what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the list here. Remember, you only copy the path of the SharePoint site itself, not the list path. So if I take that list and I do Control Copy, I then go to Excel and I do Data, Get Data. You'll notice I don't have the online services option here, and that's because I'm running Office 365 for Business Premium. And this applies to Office 365 Business Standard as well. And the only way that you get enterprise services is if you're in a corporate setting where you've got all the bells and whistles and the benefits of having Office 365 and all the enterprise functionality and licensing. And you don't necessarily want to be spending that kind of money when you're running a small business. So the way that you'd probably go through this, you do from other sources, and you're looking, you don't get that more option either. So you'll go, right, I'll try and do it from the Reb function. So if you select that option, and you've got great, so all I've got to do is put that URL that I've just copied. So I'm just going to paste that URL in. So there's that site, and I'm going to click OK. I'm then just going to sign in with my organisational account, just make sure the path's right here still, and I'm going to do sign in. And this, I know this user ID has access to that SharePoint site. I know it's all fine. And I click connect. Wonderful. But then you get this. We couldn't authenticate with the credentials provided. Please try again. And it doesn't matter how many times you try, it won't work. But there is a way of doing this. If you think about, if I just cancelled that, when you are in the corporate setting and when other YouTube content providers are showing you this online services, they've probably got the enterprise version on their machines. So how do you do it when you are a standalone business? It might be you and the family, or it might be your small to medium business and you don't have the enterprise functionality. Well, this is how you can connect to your SharePoint site and analyze that data and get all those benefits. And the way that you do that is you do from other sources, do blank query like so. Now, in the formula bar here, you're going to type this. Well, if I do equals and I start typing SharePoint, you'll see there SharePoint tables from the drop down. I'm going to select that. I'm going to do an open bracket. I'm then going to do an open quotation mark, and I'm going to paste that path of that SharePoint site. Again, I'm going to do Control V. I'm then just going to navigate to the right of that quotation marks and do a comma. I'm then going to do an open bracket, square bracket, and in here I'm going to type API version equals 15. So I'm going to do an uppercase A, then lowercase pi, then an uppercase V, and then lowercase version, like so, equals 15. And once I've typed that in, so there's that, just take a moment, pause and take a note of that. I'm going to click the tick box. And like magic, I can now see all my lists, and there's that sales data. Perfect. Now, a little tip here, what we're going to do is I'm going to name this query here SharePoint. And this is just so I don't have to keep referencing this. I don't have to keep typing this in, sorry. I'm going to do close and load to. I'm going to create a connection only. I'm going to click OK. So now you can see in this queries and connections editor here, you can see that. So I'm going to do get data. I'm going to do launch Power Query Editor again, or I can just right click on the query and say edit. So I've got this window. You'll notice I don't have the query settings here. To get that dialog box up again, I'm going to do view, and here I'm just going to do query settings here. And there it is. You can see the steps. As long as I've got a query on the left hand side selected, I can get those steps there. If I just make that a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on SharePoint that we've created, and I'm going to reference it. And then I'm going to call this one sales data, return. Then what I'm going to do, so now it's treating that as a source, and I'm just going to select the sales data table here. So I'm going to click that table there. And now you can see all that SharePoint data. And as I said in a previous video, there's a lot of information. It's bringing all that table information from SharePoint. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through, clean up this data. Remember, you're not changing the source data with Power Query, and you only have to do this once. So what I'm going to do is, so up until there, the title. Now, let me just get rid of these columns here. So I'm just going to hold down the shift button, highlight those, right click and do remove columns. So this is obviously the salesperson. So if I go back to SharePoint, so that's the salesperson. Now don't let this fool you. Remember, this is just a view that you've created in SharePoint. If you want to look at the order of the columns, because you'll notice in the query window is that I've got field 3, field 4, and so on. So if I go to SharePoint, if I want to know the order, I'm just going to do the cog. Within that SharePoint list, I'm going to click the cog up here, do list settings, and then I can actually see the order of the columns there. So I can see the title, which is the salesperson. We then got the order date, the order value, the invoice date, invoice value, and region. Perfect, right. So let's go back to the query. So I'm going to name that as salesperson. So just double clicked on it, hit return. I'm going to change that to text. So in the home ribbon, on the home ribbon here, I'm just going to change that to text, and it's recording those steps as we go along, like a macro, if you can remember. And then I'm going to get rid of these two columns because I don't need them. And I'm going to remove them. So this first date field is going to be the order date. So I'm going to double click on it and rename it. Hit return. Now I'm going to change that to just a date only because it's not date and time. So I'm going to do date. This column is the order value. So I'm going to do order value. And let's change this type. So it's going to be great. So we've got currency available here. So I'm going to change it to currency. And this field 3, double click on it, is going to be the invoice date. And I'm going to change that to a date only. And then we've got here we've got field 4, that's going to be the invoice value. So I'm going to double click on the header there and type invoice value and hit return. You can change that type to currency. And then here we've got region ID. So if you remember in the previous video, and I'll put a link into that video. So here I've got region ID and we want the region. So we're looking as field value as text option. So I don't need that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight these up to invoice value. And then going to scroll along, and I'm looking for a column that says field value as text, and there it is. So I'm going to hold down the control key, highlight that as well, right click and do remove other columns. So I've now got my columns. These are the ones I've cleaned up, and then on this field value as text, these the two outward facing arrows. I'm just going to click on that to expand. I'm going to untick everything and I'm looking for region. There it is. I'm going to tick that. I don't want to use the original name as a prefix, so I'm going to get rid of that and click OK. And there we have it. I have region there. Wonderful. Let's change that to text as well. And there you go. I've now connected to, let's just do close and load data. So it'll load the data here. You can see pulling in the rows of data from the SharePoint list. And there you go. Let's now load the data. And I can do some stuff here again. Just make sure this is currency. So on the home tab, just make sure it recognises that currency. That one's currency. It defaults to my local regional settings here. And here's another tip as well. Save your Excel, and if you want to build charts off this and build analysis off this as well and build a data model, is like Power BI. You can schedule it to refresh, and as long as you save it on a SharePoint folder or save it on OneDrive, is that if you right click on the query, so if I right click on it and select properties, is here I can set refresh intervals, so it doesn't have to be open. And you can set it to refresh on regular intervals, so the data is always refreshing as well based on changes made on the SharePoint site. Yeah, so and here we've got it every 60 minutes it will refresh. If I click OK and set that and save it to my OneDrive or save it to a SharePoint folder, it will refresh in the background. So there you go. I hope you found that informative, and please let me know in the comments if you like these videos, and also let me know if you found this particularly useful, because sometimes you see things on YouTube and they're aimed at people in corporate settings, but don't always help those small businesses. So hopefully this has helped you overcome that problem in connecting to SharePoint lists, and if so, please remember to click that like, subscribe, and smash that notifications button for future content. And as always, I wish you an absolutely wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Please take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video from Change Tips and Tools. Bye bye now.